What kind of a host are you?
Well, host that's about to get the show started, Jackie. That kind of a host.
Okay.
Let's do it. Right on. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mice in the Attic. I am your host, Alex Carle, and this is the show where we introduce you to new and up-and-coming musicians by streaming their performances live from the attic of Tonal Vision Studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. As always, I encourage you to like and share this video. That helps us out. And please feel free to ask comments and make questions in the comments section below, and I'll get them over to the artist today. Today we have Ro0k, an alternative hip-hop artist who just released a brand new single. Why don't you come on in? Thank you for being on the show today, man.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Alrighty, well, I don't want to take up any more precious time. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody at home and tell us a little bit about this first single that you're going to play, provided Penny lets you.
You know, what's going on, guys? My name is Ro0k. I am a alternative hip-hop artist here in the Baltimore area. I've been doing my thing for over 10 years now, so I'm glad I can finally get this music out to you. This first single, Felina, is the same... it's the lead single off of the project Felina that I'm dropping, my debut project, and it's co-produced by my peoples, John Claude and Mark Andre.
Shout out to John Claude and Mark Andre.
You know what I'm saying? Always gotta support the real, the local, the best. But yeah. So I mean, honestly, this just came together as the first track was called Euphoria. That's the one John sent off to us, and honestly, I just tried to center all of the content around that, and that's how the song came together. So
all right.
I was pretty pleased.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it. Everybody, this is Felina.
Yeah. Buffering.
Hey.
What's up? We got a full house now. Alright. Felina says she want euphoria, you boring her, ain't got the formula. Benita, I need your life, visas need foreigners. Just give me everything and more, cause I know my worth. Yeah, give me everything and more, cause I know my worth. Felina says she wants euphoria, you boring her, ain't got the formula. Benita, I need your life, visas need foreigners. Just give me everything and more, cause I know my worth. Check. Blood, sweat, and tears got me thinking what I did. One day I was just a kid, now I'm out here paying bills and I'm paying dues cause my drive got killed. When I grabbed that gas with my tank unfilled, life's a Ferris wheel, make you wanna carry still just to keep the peace, cause haters in the air is very real. Praying up to heaven, but I heard you gotta make it here. Devils out here selling lies, do you wanna make a deal? Sign a dotted line, then you gonna initial here, crossing every line. Something like some fishing gear just to get what's mine. I'm rolling like Michelin, said she wanna hit the G-Town, no Michigan, but I'm too cold now, so I told her get your friend. Plus I got a bigger picture, so I told her get the lens. I need more than you. Baby, throw that alley-oop, then throw that back like a pass, let her roll. Got to think about my past, and I had to write a book. It was time to make a play, so I called her audible. So shut up and listen, this shit's all of me. With no filters, curves, or apologies. I'm coming for the whole board, that's Monopoly. And it's been written in the stars, check astrology.
Ow! Solid start, man. I'm loving that acapella.
Yeah,
that was
bro,
real cool, man.
You know, accidental, but you know.
So that's... Well, that was just, you said only part of the full instrumental track, right?
That was like the original, the first file that he sent us, and then the one I recorded on, I couldn't find it for this.
Well, that's all right. I mean, everybody got a sneak peek. That's what it's all about, just generating that interest, right?
Exactly.
So let's get that interest going. Tell us a little bit more about this single. So we just heard it for the first time, everybody. So tell me about how did that come about?
Well, I mean, really, I was just trying to make a project of all original music. Felina is going to be the first like all original project I have. Everything else is, you know, like beats from YouTube or like, you know, going over somebody else's beat. This is mine. And so I told you I've been in this for a long time. So like, this is like the culmination of everything up until this point, because Felina is actually like a secret code. It's like you got Fe, that's the iron, you got Li, that's the lithium, and you got Na, that's the sodium. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh, cool.
The main ingredients in each.
You know I like that.
I was like, this is like the culmination of everything I've been working on. So like the skills, the lessons, the everything. So I mean, I was just glad I could get like a cool concept together and like have things fit together, because really like it was so organic, everything just kind of fell into place. So it's one of those things that didn't take too much of my hand to it.
That's really great, man. I mean, sometimes when you're just in that flow zone and you just like get it all out,
right,
and it all makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, the artistic process is it's an amazing and very like elusive one. You know? You know,
people try to put words into it, but that's why we have artists like you on, so you can help explain, so people can understand what that process is. So I understand the Felina is going to be, you said, the title track of a full new EP that you're working on, right? So
Also
what can you tell me about that?
What, the project itself?
Yeah, tell me the EP. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the project itself is also called Felina. You know what I'm saying? It's my blood, my sweat, and my tears. Co-produced by John Claude and Mark Andre. You know what I'm saying? I try to sparse it out. You know, so I mean, I'm just really excited to get like a full product that's like us out here. You know what I'm saying? Like a full Baltimore, like. Just, it feels like it's about that time. Like, sure, there's Baltimore artists before us, but like I feel like, you know, like the more that gets added, the more it gets solidified. So like I'm just happy to make my contribution.
Absolutely. I mean, I think anybody, regardless of genre, just wants as much Baltimore content out there as possible.
Right.
And I think that Baltimore's so receptive to rap, so receptive to hip hop that, I mean, it just like, I can see this EP doing big things. And your EP is not, I mean, it's not your typical like 4 or 5 song EP. Right? How many tracks are we talking?
We're talking 8 tracks, bro.
Yeah.
Damn near 10 tracks. You know, like 10 tracks is like the Grammy standard of album, you know, like that and beyond. So I'm just like, hey, we're right there, knocking on the door.
Yeah, man. That's that blood, sweat, and tears, like you were saying.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Very cool. I'm excited to hear it, man. When might we hear it? When's it coming out?
When might we hear this? We might hear this by the end of the summer, like August.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to get it out as soon as possible, but our projections, that's where it's looking.
Around August?
Right now, yeah.
That's a good time, though, because then you still got the nice summer vibe,
exactly.
Right? And it's still like a nice summery, like that track, at least, that's very appropriate for like a nice end of the summer kind of feel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, riding down your car, but it feels a little melancholy. I don't know why, but you like mature melancholy. So I feel like end of the summer, like, man, summer's over, but like we got this fall ahead of us.
We're kind of sinking into like the reality of life again. Yeah.
I guess that's what the song is, just singing into the reality of life.
Very cool. Well, what can you tell us about this next song that you're gonna play?
This next song, Lucy, is another main single off of Felina, and this one is produced by Mark Andre. I wanted to make sure I brought something to the table from both halves of the project.
That's good. Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, so we get a little Jean Claude, get a little Mark Andre, and at the end of the day, you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is Lucy.
Very cool. All right, everybody, enjoy Lucy.
Yeah. Look, can I share a little story? Not a shorty, yes, a shorty. I seen her added joy, turning up to bad and bougie. But I waited for my moment, I could see she acting choosy. Ain't gon' smoke me like no Lucy. She said her name was Lucy, and that she wanna see me with some sake and some sushi. Well, I guess all them pennies and them shoe wells might make a dime from my side. Time will tell. Was it looking for no romance? I'm not trying to hold hands. Baby, can I get a slow dance? Yeah, I'm just looking for a slow dance. Hey, so I wasn't looking for no romance, so I'm not trying to hold hands. Baby, can I get a slow dance? Shit, I'm just looking for a slow dance. Hey, man, look, I wasn't looking for no romance, so I do not want to hold hands. Can I get a slow dance? I'm just looking for a slow dance. Well, I wasn't looking for no romance, so for now I do not want to hold hands. Baby, can I get a slow dance? Hey, can I slow dance? Go. So I get for free. So you guys can see I'm a huge fan of rolling chairs.
Well done.
Well, if he was fan of guinea pigs.
That was awesome, man.
Thank you.
So that was kind of like sort of a sneak peek to the full
Exactly,
song, right?
exactly.
So tell me a little bit about the end of that song.
I mean, I have a feature on it, so I couldn't go into their territory or their time. I don't want to reveal the feature early.
Sure.
Or do I even have a feature on it? Yeah, do I have somebody pick?
I have a feeling that you might.
That's the secret of mystery. So I mean, you guys got to tune into Felina to find out.
And now is Lucy, I know that Felina is out now for us to listen to on Facebook. That's where I found it.
Yes.
Oh, how about Lucy?
Lucy's not out.
Not
Felina's the
released
only
yet.
thing out. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? It's only, but it's the full Felina. You get the full beat, the full experience. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're working with something. It's only on YouTube right now. So
Tell me a little bit about your process as an artist writing these 8 songs for Felina.
I'm not gonna lie. I noticed early on that like you get the most organic music like with less thought. Which, I mean, like, it's hard to explain because, of course, you have to think to make something like a good intellectual product, but it feels like when you're pushing too hard or you're doing too much, like, what do you say, try hard, you die hard? It's just like, I like to try to make the process as organic as possible. If I'm, like, in a certain mood and I'm feeling the beat, like, I'm trying to, like, get something down to that beat or something like that. Or, like, honestly, the better way I like to think of every song I go into is that I'm not in this process alone. You know what I'm saying? If this wants to sound good, I have to factor my voice with the beat. So it's almost like I'm working with the beat, almost like a dance or whatever. Or I like to think of it as like, how would the beat use my voice to best say something on this track? You know what I'm saying? So then it's less of a direct, you know what I'm saying, copy and paste, and more of a like lucid process. That's why I said it was like an elusive process, the whole like creating earlier, just because it's a very like sometimes very hands off. Either the inspiration's there or it's not. And like if the inspiration's not there, you really can't force it, or else you're gonna get something that like doesn't have that hook.
Right. Something that sounds like you tried hard.
Exactly. It just sounds too muddy, too complicated at the end of the day. Even if it's not, like, it feels like that.
Sure. So it sounds like to me, when you're writing it, you're taking your voice, which is usually considered, I guess, the most central part to any sort of like rap or hip hop tune, but then you're seeing how you can make that voice fit with what you're given. You're not forcing things around the voice, but it's making it all integrate into one.
Because it's like an in-the-middle process. Like, thinking from the beat perspective, like, I can't rap the way you would want me to rap if you had my voice totally. And, like, thinking from my perspective, I can't say exactly, what you would want me. So it's almost like meeting in the middle. I'll try to use my voice as much as it works and complements you, and in the same time, like, we have to make sure like this is like a product that like works best for me, my image, my idea. So at the end of the day, that's like that in the middle process. So I was like, I'm not the only one here doing this.
Sure. So when you're writing, are you very conscious of a specific image that you're trying to hold true to or keep to? Or does that just sort of come out?
Sometimes, if there's less inspiration, but other times, like, the beat will just grab me, and I can't even, like, sometimes I'll just finish a song in, like, 10, 15 minutes, like, the hook, the verses, everything, just because it's like, man, those songs come out the best, too, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, the most fluid. Almost organic.
Those are like 1 or 2 a year.
Sure, those magic moments where the sun just hits your mind just right.
Right, oh, man.
Yeah. So tell me about this next song that you're going to perform for us.
Next song we got, this is Dirty Mattress, and this one was actually produced by Dolan Beats. I was so excited to be able to work with him, just because, like, it's one of those things where he's another producer from the area, but, a lot further along than I am. So I'd already heard some of his stuff, and when I found out one of my friends, like, went to high school with him and stuff, I was like, what? Like, are you serious?
I'm just finding out about this now.
Yeah, but that's the funny dichotomy behind it, because like when he like casually said it, I was like, wait, the Dolan Beats? And he was like, man, to me that's just a homie Dolan, like that's I was like, wait, so like, yo, like, get him on the line.
Man, it's nice to have those friends, huh?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, like, it was cool because like now I've had a couple conversations with him and stuff, like, and so like I've just like had like a little like ear from like his direction and like, you know what I'm saying, like industry notes, things like that.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, it's just nice to like, you know what I'm saying, connections that be made and like organic connections, you know.
It's almost like a mentoring thing or element of that gets added into it.
Right, you know. So I mean, I was just honestly able, just happy to even get any of the beats, like, you know, like all the mentoring and all that came after it was like, whoa, like, jeez.
That's fantastic,
like, yeah,
man.
That's the way it works sometimes.
Well, let's hear it. Everybody enjoy Dirty Mattress.
That sounded cool. All right. Nice. Very nice. I said, I don't want your name, I don't want your sign. Once you get your heart away, you cannot get it back. I said, ride for me as if you get attached. Once you get your heart away, you cannot get it back. So look, make another flip, word to mattress. Keep sticking to the script, word to my actresses. Since you say on camera, but you're not a celebrity. You're on paparazzi, of course you've been popping, but now you don't feel a thing. Just here, make another flip, word to mattress. Keep sticking to the script, word to my actresses. Since you staying on camera, but you're not a celebrity. You're on paparazzi, of course you've been popping, but now you don't feel a thing. Numb to it all, numb to the fall, numb to the world, numb to the dark, numb to the cool, numb to the fights. Gum in the heart, gum in the heart, gum in the heart. I mean, really gum in the heart. Really talking, been through it all. Pills and the calls, years of the bars, touch the scars, tears and the curses. Yeah, here we are, love, here we are. Standing on top of the world, feeling like I finally got a grip. Then I drop from the top like a swanton, life is but a miss. Walking from the same dream to the same day with the same ish. Got me like Kenny. Dang, here we go again. How does better end? How to live and breathe? Then I lose your head. Think I seen the question on a millionaire. So I'm really trying to be a millionaire. Yeah, I'm trying to be like Regis Philbin. We gon' do this for like 60 seasons. Make the single, then make the remix go. Hey, make another flip, word to matches. Look, keep sticking to the script, word to my actresses. So you stay on camera, but you're not a celebrity. You're on paparazzi, of course you've been popping, but now you don't feel a thing. So look, make another flip, dirty mattress. Hey, keep sticking to the script, word to my actresses. Since you stay on camera, but you're not a celebrity. You're on paparazzi, of course you've been popping, but now you don't feel a thing. Look, sleeping on my bread, I've been 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 sleeping on my level, dancing with the devil, but she never lets you keep the rest of you. Biggie secret, really that she been trying to possess a fool and leave you in the vestibule like, dang, what a good time. That was such a good night. I wish I kissed her goodbye. In fact, did I get her number? In fact, man, where's my iPhone? In fact, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Vicky's a sweetie. Maybe she gonna hate me and cuss me out when she see me for using the name so freely. She probably looked at my username up and tried to delete me. Trying don't mean she did it, and crying don't mean she meant it. All the lying I done seen in my time I consider dentistry. All the mouths I be fixing, but it's mouths to be feeding. For that growl in your stomach, like the howl of a beast in yeah. All the times I was hungry made me appreciate the seasoning. All the times I was stuck and thought I was hooked, man, I believe again. Okay? So look, make another flare. Word to mattress. That's all I got. I told you I do them beats justice, though. I ain't know if you were skeptical, but it's about to be a good little EP we got. A good little EP.
Ow! Ow! Well done, man. That sounded really cool.
Thank you.
I really like that. Also, I just love watching you perform, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hey.
I mean, like, yeah, man, you're so energized when you're doing it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, it's the unconsciousness, you know, I'm just like, I'm not thinking about it, I'm just like, the emotion.
Just in that zone.
Yeah, you know?
That's the way to be, man. I wish more people could be like that. I think more people wish they could be like in that zone all the time, you know?
Hey, me too.
So that song is not from Felina.
No.
Correct? This is from a separate EP
Yes.
that you're working on that you are,
Yes.
in a really cool way, going to release, like, right after Felina, right?
Exactly.
So tell me all about that.
You're not gonna have to wait for new music after Felina, guys. You get Cash like a week later, and that is the collab project I got with Dolan Beats. It's not gonna be his main tracks, but it is gonna be official, as you can hear. You know, so stay tuned for that. Like we got a lot of stuff in the kitchen right now.
So, like, what can you tell me about it? I mean, you say it'll be a week after Felina, so we have a release time around, like, late August, early September, something like that. So how many tracks are we talking?
5 tracks.
5 tracks, okay.
5 tracks.
So as far as EPs go, that's still, like, a full,
Yeah, good
like,
little,
complete
good little
EP,
ditty.
yeah.
Yep.
That's really cool. And so all of these have been with the same producer, these songs, these 5 off of Cash.
Exactly. All of it, exclusively Dolan Beats.
Okay.
Because he said, I really thought I was going to get like 2 or 3 beats, but he sent me like a bunch. You know what I'm saying? He sent me like 10, like 11, like, so like.
Oh, wow, and you
like,
picked 5, so I guess you found, like, the 5 that you thought that were the strongest for you and what you had going on.
Yeah, the strongest for me, but then I also was like, I'm not trying to hog the spotlight. Like, these are like,
Sure.
this is gold to me, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, for everybody, like, all my peoples around me, I was thinking, like, does this work for you? Okay, it does. You get a Dolan beat.
Oh,
You
nice.
get a Dolan beat. You get a Dolan beat.
Everybody gets Dolan beats.
Gets Dolan beats. So yeah, like in addition to the Cash project, you will still be hearing like a couple more like Baltimore artists over these like. I feel like this is helping bridge the gap between like Baltimore and DC too. So like you're gonna have a couple of Baltimore artists on these DC beats, and it's still gonna sound Cash.
That's impactful, man. I mean, making those connections.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's
And so tell me about this 5-song EP. Is there any theme or any themes that we should really be listening out for throughout the whole thing? Or
no themes.
they kind of exist in isolation, each song?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just kind of really focused on just trying to make each song as good as possible. Like I said, like I've been a fan, so I was like, I'm on this platform now. I'm just trying to. I took each song as like its own little, So it only came out as Cash, honestly, because I was listening to some Johnny Cash on iTunes.
Oh, interesting.
On Apple Music, and I saw like a bunch of his covers had like Cash big on like the top half of the cover, then like see the rest of the picture in Lloyd. But I was like, that is a cool concept. I'm taking that.
Well, you'll be, your album will be among a bunch of other really great albums that have that big Cash on it, so there you go.
So.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so in writing Dirty Mattress, what was the inspiration behind that? If you feel like sharing.
Honestly, it just really started with the hook. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the hook kind of wrote itself. And then from there, like, when you have a good hook down, you have the whole idea for the song. So it's almost like the little bridges and, like, the rest of the verses write themselves. But, I mean, I think I used, like, the first part where it's like, I don't want your name, I don't want your sign. That's from another song on the project. Like, sometimes I'll start another song with like an idea from like a song before that, but like I'm using it in a different way.
Sure.
It's almost just like it helps me like just set it up.
And that line almost serves as like a connective tissue between the songs.
Right,
too, right?
exactly.
Something you can return to. Even if there's not a consistent theme throughout the album, there's still those musical and lyrical themes that you can go to.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, I guess that's the theme, because I think that happens a couple of times across it, just because all the songs are written in the same span of time or so.
Sure.
They've got some of that overlap,
Right. There's like you can hear the same creative juices going through the same thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Very cool. Alrighty. Well, I think we have time for one more.
One more.
So why don't you tell us about this last song that you're going to be performing?
Bloody Knuckles. This isn't made by any of my friends, but I mean, it's still an awesome beat. Shout out to Sauron. I mean, this is just like, this I feel like definitely like says a lot of like where I've been like for my hiatus, because I used to rap under a totally different name, like had a different style, everything, but I went into hiatus to just live more, have better content to put out later, because content comes from life experiences. So I really was just like, let me sit back. But once I came back into it, I got hungry, man. You know what I'm
You
saying?
felt it.
I felt like I've been gone too long. How did this happen? So I feel like Bloody Knuckles is just like all of that, like, I have all the skill, but I'm not at my platform, and this is very frustrating.
Interesting.
All of it in one song.
Which is kind of almost ironic because you use that I'm not on my platform to be on your platform.
Yeah, the irony
right?
of it, yeah, but like, hey man.
I like it.
Good. Yeah, it's...
Okay. Well, everybody enjoy Bloody Knuckles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I forgot to mention, the shirt is made by the homie Trollaways. It was a collab with Sweet Chunk, you know what I'm saying? If you look up on Instagram, you'll find out who these people are. This is your homework. So, go out and cop a Trollaways shirt if you are so interested in cool stuff like that. All right. Yo, every time I hear this beat, it does it to me. It does it to me. All right. Okay. Look, I've been punching in so much, man. I've been getting bloody knuckles on the edge and close to jumping on the edge like Robitussin. Swear the same, oh, we gon' break through all that breaking down. Got Dusty, tell your team I'm undefeated. Open season, so I'm hunting. Please don't hug me. I was scared, now I don't give a damn. In fact, I'm probably why your city wildin'. Word to Riverdale. I told her, baby, Archer, it felt like I fell in wishing wells. Then flipped the missionary book, that's scary when she snitched to tell. So I had to ditch the cell. Felt like that was it for real. Seen the Smiths on every corner, creeping like they peeped to kill cheaters, but there's no gazelle. I'm mean and clean, you see the skills. I'll dial down your line like 99. I'm apex predator, so no, they never been a threat. Never made me break a sweat, cause when I rip, they lay to rest. Yeah, when I rip, they lay to rest. So really keep it cool, it's been low focus like a daily test. Just pray you never catch me on the day I say I take the F. Wildin' out like nature's best, so why you tryna make a fist? Don't make me mad, I play for keeps. You'll just get spun like Saturn's rings. And wake up on a Saturday, yeah, somehow it's a different day, yeah. Now this journey's got you on a gurney with some missing pieces. Life is just a puzzle, ain't it? This feel like a jigsaw painting. Thought you finally made it just to find out that it's no escaping. What a feeling so familiar, like that picture in the attic. Faded when the fire came, then somehow wound up in the basement. Floated to the ceiling when it rained too much. Oh, what a lovely freaking day when you feel pain too much. There ain't no way to go back, so either crack or gain the tolerance. Walked into the fire just to show them about some tolerance. Not all about the kitchen, it's too many cooks, ridiculous. Never had a passion, so those lyrics is not limitless. It's almost like the label came with an expiration soon. Please consume, clearance sale. Save is crazy. You ain't cocking for 10,000, so that product gon' be shaky. You ain't cocking for 10,000, so that product gon' be shaky. You ain't cocking for 10,000, so that product gon' be shaky. You ain't cocking for 10,000, so that product gon' be shaky. I've been punching this so much, man. I've been getting bloody knuckles on the edge and close to jumping. The edge like Robitussin. Swear the same, oh, we gon' break through all this breaking down. Got Dusty, tell your team I'm undefeated. Open season, so I'm under. Please don't hug me. Yes, sir. Going better than I expected. Did it go better than you expected, Penny?
Yeah.
Woo!
Man.
Penny's not one to have high expectations, but I think even if she
Penny's-
was, she
Penny's
would have really
expectations
appreciated that.
Off the charts. She
Look at
really does. It
The more she's asleep, the better it is.
That's right. really
No,
is.
it's a good sign.
Great sign.
So thank you very much for coming on the show, man. It's
Absolutely.
4 fantastic songs. Really excited for Felina.
Hey.
Really excited for Cash. I know those are going to be really great. Everybody look out for those at the end of August or towards beginning of September. End of the summer. It's going to be great for you. Felina is available now on Facebook for you guys to check out. And is there anything else that you'd like to let everybody know about before you wrap it up for the day?
My label. Started a label. It's for the people. Obey Entertainment. O-B-A-Y. We're not launched yet, but if you want to follow us so you know exactly when we come online, follow us on Twitter, Instagram. I don't know if we have the Facebook yet. We got to get the Facebook. But Twitter and Instagram, OBE410. OBE410. You can follow us, and we will show you our progress.
All right, and I was speaking with him about it. It's a really cool idea, really cool project that they're working on right now. They're going to introduce artists signing and making their own contracts, which is a really interesting idea. So I'm really interested to see what you all do with that.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody check that out. That's O-BAY, Obey Entertainment, coming soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. This was
And
awesome.
this has been it's been a lot of fun. Everybody, join us in 2 weeks for a brand new performance by D Skills. And thank you for joining us. We will see you soon.
Sweet. Nice. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is awesome.